Welcome back. I'm at the Bebout Veterinary Medical Center. Dr. Brandon Bebout joining me today, and Dan, or otherwise known as Daniel.
Yeah, he's our new clinic kitty.
Oh, your new clinic kitty. Okay, and what are we discussing and learning about today?
We're going to talk about, in our urinary series, urinary tract infections.
Okay.
So.
And does Lieutenant Daniel suffer from this?
He doesn't. He's mostly here for show.
Oh, okay.
But we need a little a body. But we do see, and he's actually a good example because we see a lot of inappropriate elimination, urination in cats in general. Lots of times they're boys, and lots of times they're young boys. And so the thing is, the stats are about less than 0.3% of young males under 10 have true UTIs when they come in for urinary issues. And they'll have these shriveled up bladders, very, very thickened, and they really just have cystitis. And we know in cats that there's a neurohormonal thing, and so lots of times there's a environmental reason, a behavioral reason for it. Somebody changed their perfume, had a baby, grandma moved in, the construction guys were here remodeling the bathroom, and it stresses these guys out. You got a new cat, you got a new dog, something like that. And so even though those aren't true UTIs, we'll see a lot of things that look like UTIs, especially in young male cats. Now, for true UTIs, not that young males can't do it, but typically older males, females for sure, just like in dogs, just like in people probably, anatomy is just different between boys and girls. And so girls are a little bit higher chance for urinary tract infections. Other reasons that would predispose you, especially in dogs, would be like a recessed or hooded vulva, or being overweight and kind of having some extra folds back there. Dilute urine, so kidney disease or any of our other endocrine disease that would dilute our urine. The number one defense is voiding. Defense of UTIs is voiding our urine frequently. There's actually a great movie quote on Liar Liar, and he talks about it. And then the other one is concentrating your urine. Well, Cushing's and Addison's and diabetes and kidney disease, you're not going to concentrate your urine, and so we just are always watching for those. The signs that we see, lots of times it's spot, spot, spot. I'm going outside. She usually pees for 45 seconds. She went out there and she pottied for 5. She pottied for 5 more. And she's just marking every tree, and just seems uncomfortable, or having urinary accidents in the house. One of the things you might see is blood in the urine. You might have an odor to that urine, and so we see urinary tract infections almost every single day. We bring them in. Again, I use that ultrasound. We grab a urine sample, throw it through the machine in-house. And it's great. The machine now takes 70 pictures, and so you can look through there. You can see all the bacteria squirming around, and then we make sure that there's not any other coexisting things like stones. You want to get rid of those. That's a great nidus for infection. Put them on all the antibiotics you want with the stone. You're not going to get rid of that infection. It's going to come right back. And so we'll make sure if it's just a simple UTI, typically an antibiotic. Lots of times we culture that urine. And when we culture that, it'll tell us which antibiotic it's sensitive to, and then we'll choose that one. 2-week course, come back, check that urine, you're all made in the shade. Those with chronic UTIs, then we start to wonder why. Is this kidney disease? Is there stones? Is there even something that's an anatomic thing down on the back side of you? And we'll do an episiotomy, where we'll actually kind of do a vulva tuck and bring that out so we can get some air, and it may reduce your UTI significantly in some patients.
Wow, so there is treatment.
Absolutely, absolutely, and just something that we see a lot. And so when people start thinking about and watching them on their walk, and they're seeing again these frequent urinations, is like that just is different. They may act uncomfortable, they may not. As the proud owner of UTIs as a kid growing up, it's uncomfortable. And so it's something that we want to get you checked out, get that rectified.
Yep. So if you have any questions or just want to make the appointment, just to double check and make sure, just give them a call here at Bebout Veterinary.
Be watching those signs for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Stay with us again next week as we bring you another edition of Pet Talk.
Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. And for the latest news anytime, download the NTV News app.